Make sure guys you stand till the end. In some cases you may fix that problem without spending any money, but if you don't do it on time, you can say bye-bye to your engine. Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys having a Fiat 500 gasoline or diesel engine from that generation that starts in year 2008 until currently year 2022. Before we start, let me tell you what we'll be talking about. So, if you guys have pressure in the cooling system or you have air bubbles in the coolant reservoir, we'll explain top things that can cause that, and in some cases what could be one simple mistake that you made that caused these air bubbles and pressure, and if you don't fix it on time, you may need a brand new engine. So make sure to stand till the end, we'll explain what it is, and in some cases it will not cost you any money to fix that. Before we start guys, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. And if you need to buy any parts tools for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from, and you can save a ton of money. So what can easily cause guys, okay, pressure in the cooling system or air bubbles in the coolant reservoir, the coolant tank on Fiat 500. This is guys a Fiat 500 Abarth, but even if you have a different one, the procedure is about the same. Now this is the coolant reservoir right here. If you see bubbles coming up or we have extremely high pressure in the radiator hoses, never touch close to the radiator fan because you can lose your fingers if it turns on. But if you have too much pressure, it's even coming out of the radiator cap, or in some cases you see bubbles. Things that you need to consider: check the coolant level, make sure that it's not too high, it's not too low. Always check it when it's cold, and never open the radiator cap when the engine is warm. Let it cool overnight, open it next morning slowly because it may have vacuum or pressure, and check if you need to add coolant. Number two, let's say you replaced thermostat recently, radiator hose, radiator, anything that involved draining the cooling system, then you added coolant and you started driving the car and you experience bubbles or pressure in the system. It could be due to the fact that you didn't bleed the cooling system the correct way. You will need to bleed the cooling system guys. We will have a video on the channel that will explain how to bleed cooling system on Fiat. Once you bleed the cooling system, okay, that may solve your problem completely, because when you drain the coolant and then you add coolant, if you don't bleed the system, it means that you may end up having an air pocket somewhere in the engine, and as a result coolant will not be able to flow freely, and that will cause overheating, and you may have a slow release of air in the actually reservoir right here, and that can be causing the bubbles, and the high pressure will be from overheating. But if you don't fix it, you can overheat your car. You may blow the head gasket, cylinder head can be damaged, okay, even the engine block, and that could be expensive to fix. You may need an engine rebuilt or replaced. So another thing, thermostat. Having a bad thermostat that is stuck close can actually cause overheating, having pressure, and that can actually blow a head gasket again, and you can get bubbles. Something else, you always need to inspect and make sure that when the engine is really hot on a hot day, when you turn it off, you can hear the circulating pump running on, when you turn the car off, because that circulating pump will actually circulate the coolant when you turn the car off. Why? Because it will prevent overheating in the engine guys. Now this is the thermostat, okay, right here. We have the thermostat assembly right there. Let's just get it there now. Okay, that's the thermostat assembly. We have a video how to replace the thermostat. The coolant temperature sensor can be the problem for that as well. Coolant temperature sensor that's not working correctly can actually guys cause the engine computer not to read the correct temperature of the coolant, and as a result that can right there that can actually cause the car to overheat as well. But I will always check with checking the coolant level, bleed the cooling system, thermostat, and one more thing, when the engine is cold, it could be a bad radiator cap. In sometimes radiator caps are designed to open at certain pressure and release the pressure. This one is 21 psi. If the valve failed or the seal is broken, that can cause overheating as well in some cases, so check that one as well. And lastly, okay, if nothing fixes the problem, it could be a blown head gasket, cracked cylinder head, or damaged cylinder block. Hopefully the video will be helpful to any of you needing help with that. If you need help with anything else on Fiat 500, let us know. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.